Hello, this will be a channel message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much, and I am so proud of you. How's that? Perfect timing. Let's get it. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And this will be a feeling that you can tap into. It's not necessarily an intellectual exercise. This is about tapping into the intelligence of your body, because you have access to all of the information in the universe. You already know everything. And these readings just remind you of things that you already know, but I digress. What is not aligned or needs to change? What makes you feel like you're not in that flow state? What makes you feel like it's just a drag, it's just a hassle, doesn't light you up, doesn't feel like it's part of your soul purpose? Relationships might be significant here, and I'm getting your environment is really important right now as I get the world coming out. You are closing a major cycle in your life, and you are birthing a new universe. There's some kind of divine union happening between the masculine and the feminine, and you're being asked to look at your environment or some kind of relationship that is not aligned with your soul's purpose, and it's something that prevents you from sharing your voice or being your authentic self. For some of you, it may just be like a belief system or a pattern that you've adopted from someone or something about an old environment. You're still like energetically attached to it in some kind of way, potentially. And I get the 7 of Wands on the masculine side of your energy. So you're kind of standing your ground right now, setting boundaries, putting those arms out, trying to maintain some kind of a sacred space for you to do. Like introspection is what I'm getting. You're going within and trying to tap into what really lights you up and what you're passionate about, and asking these questions like, how do I want to move forward into a life that feels like it's designed for me? How do I move forward into that life experience where I'm just embodying my joy and my highest level of excitement, and I'm doing things that I know I'm here to do? How do I move into this life experience where I feel aligned? And I think right now it's a matter of letting something go. Simplifying is what I'm getting. Purification. Some kind of cleaning or energetic decluttering energy right now. Again, this cutting ties with some kind of belief system or an environment or a relationship that no longer serves you. Share your voice, come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. So some of you might be healing some kind of past life persecution, or even something from this current life where you may have been ostracized or bullied or made to feel small, made to feel like you didn't belong here. This is what you're healing right now. And it's like you're being asked to, like I've been saying, look at what is not aligned with this new version of you that feels like it belongs here. You are so worthy of love, and God wants for you a life experience where you're aligned with your true authenticity, your blueprint, the things that make you really happy. God wants for you a life where you're aligned with your soul's purpose. And there's something about this highest level of excitement here, your passion and your willingness to create this life for yourself. Tapping into this willpower and saying, I can and I will, I know. Instead of, I hope this will happen, I know this is going to happen because I'm making this decision for myself. And this is some kind of cycle that you're closing out here. And I get the wheel. On the feminine side of your energy, big change happening in these intuitive spaces. I'm just seeing the moon here. Something about the moon cycle and maintaining emotional center and balance as you go through these changing energies, and you have to ride these waves, right? Big emotional healing right now. And again, it's like something about making a different choice. It's like, are you going to go with the old cycle, or are you going to move forward with the Chariot card here coming out? I also get the Hermit and the Queen of Swords with the Hierophant in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So there's an old structure, an old pattern, a routine or a framework that has been a big part of your life. And it's like you're breaking out of this, going within to try and determine what part of this framework do I want to keep, or do I want to keep any of it at all? Do I just want to start fresh here? Something about a blank canvas, a brand new start, some kind of adventure frequency is coming through. Something about an adventure here. And it's like you're going on this, you're moving forward or preparing yourself to move forward, or at least life is showing you, yo, we need some kind of energetic movement here. For some of you, travel's going to be really significant the next couple of months. And for others of you, it's just this kind of energetic movement or this internal exploration that needs to happen. Again, breaking out of some kind of pattern or a cycle here. With the Chariot, it's like you're kind of, again, this message about simplification, purification, letting go of things that are just going to weigh you down, and just kind of centering yourself and coming back into balance before you prepare to move things forward. Into the Hermit, it's like moving things forward into a state of reflection, introspection, seeing things very clearly, seeing the reality of the situation, and seeing the correspondence between what's happening outside of you and what's going on within. It's like I have the opportunity here to rebuild my life around the things that really light me up, the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I actually really care about. And it's going to require cutting out any kind of negativity, self-doubt, people that are telling me not to go in a certain direction. Like, there's a big message here about boundaries. You can see the Seven of Wands here. It's like creating these energetic boundaries, like I was saying, creating some kind of safe space for yourself energetically in order to do this inner work. And now everything's being set in motion for you because it's like you're ready for this. That's the message here. Is like you're ready for this. You've been preparing for this. You've been closing out this cycle on an internal level. It's a matter of just making a different choice here, making a different decision to go on some kind of adventure or break out of a pattern. And now it's like you're in some kind of preparation stage. The Chariot, a successful journey, forward movement. Into the Hermit. Really understanding yourself. This is an adventure or a chapter of your life that's coming in right now that is going to help you connect with who you really are. Some kind of meditation retreat might be significant here. Just spending time with yourself while you're in this new environment. With the Queen of Swords here, something about your communication. You've been leveling up your communication, maybe in a way that you don't even realize here. Because communication is going to be so important for you moving forward. Being able to be flexible, be in the moment, connecting with people, you know, the kinds of people that you wouldn't usually connect with. Putting yourself in different situations, allowing yourself to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but then just moving through that fear, tapping into that sense of courage, which I know you have. I know it's in you. That confidence, right? Planting those seeds of confidence which blossom into courage, moving through or moving past some kind of threshold of fear and ending up on the other side with this sense of lightness and this sense of power. You know, shifting this internal dialogue by going through the experiences, actually taking action here and taking those steps, and then being able to change the internal dialogue into one that says, yo, I can do this. I can make these moves. I can make the decision, I can make the choice and will this thing into existence, make the choice to move things forward and cross that threshold and look back at that situation and say, yo, like I had it in me all along. I've got these skills. I'm in this new environment now and I can do it. It's basically changing this internal dialogue into one that says, I can do this. I will do this. With the Hermit, after the Queen of Voices here. So it's like, that's the Hermit twice now. There's something about this new chapter of your life. Like there's going to be all of this forward movement and some kind of adventurous quality here. But it's a chapter of self-discovery. This is an adventure where you really find yourself. And you connect with who you truly are, what you want to do, what your passions are, what lights you up. With the Four of Cups here. So you may have to say no to things. You may have to exercise that power of no. With the Ace of Cups. It's like there's a cracking open of the heart space here. Because I'm getting, maybe there's a collective here that's healing from some kind of enmeshment energy or a people-pleasing tendency, feeling really uncomfortable saying no, feeling really uncomfortable setting these boundaries in the past, and you've been showing up and doing the work. This message is about you closing out this cycle and making a different choice. And now you're being given an opportunity to put it into practice and put yourself first. And there's nothing wrong with you for saying no to an opportunity that isn't aligned with you, because it's all about alignment. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the opportunity. It can just be like, yo, this isn't for me. It's not the right time, yada yada. And no is a complete sentence too. You could just say no to something. And there may be some kind of emotional holding pattern that would create difficulty in doing that, in passing up some kind of opportunity, healing some kind of, because it comes from lack when you feel like you have to say yes to everything, or you're saying yes to an opportunity from that place of fear of missing out. But there's actually emotional renewal that's taking place here. There's a new version of self that's emerging. The version of self that was there all along, because this is your limitless version of self. This is your version of self that is aligned with your highest timeline. A version of self that is free to move, because it knows itself. It's confident. It's in its own energy. It's not leaking its energy all over the place, and it feels sovereign. It feels free to move. That's what I'm getting here, and it requires breaking out of some kind of a structure or a framework that has governed your life. Something about like a legal system or an organized religion potentially here for some of you. And I get the Sun card after the Ace of Cups. So this is like confirmation here in a big way that you're getting it. You're doing it. Keep moving things forward and keep tapping into that sense of joy and optimism and building that starting point, that energetic starting point of joy and excitement. And if you can create that on an internal level, it's going to guide your actions. It's going to guide your intuition, right? Your intuition is going to be informing you. Big energy around the solar plexus right now. And that, like the central nervous system and the way that your solar plexus and your gut feelings are informing you here. This is your instincts. Through letting go of something that doesn't serve you and is not aligned, and through creating this space in your life, this energy of purification, you're tapping into a deeper level of instincts here, which are going to be guiding you. And you're going to be ending up in the right place at the right time. Because your higher self is the one making all of the magic happen, right? I get work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Emotions are running high, right? So there's a lot of emotional material that's coming up to be felt. And you just got to feel the feels, basically. You just got to sit with yourself and be present as you feel this stuff. And yo, I'm sending you all of my love right now, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to sit with these things. But like I was saying earlier with this wheel card, there's something about the movement of the emotions. They flow, they move, they change. And if you can stay in the center of this wheel and allow it to spin around you, you're going to free yourself. You're going to tap into this version of self that is the highest version, that is the most free version, that is the most limitless version. And all of this stuff is available for you as you push through this membrane of fear. And this is exactly what I was saying earlier. As long as you tap into that courage and you make that step and you step outside of your comfort zone, you're going to find yourself on the other side. And it's like that quote about the feathery bed being on the other side of fear, right? Doing that trust fall for some of you. But it's something that your gut instincts are telling you that you got to do. And maybe there's something here about just making a choice and sticking with it. Having two options, not necessarily sure which one to take, but just centering yourself, taking that big deep breath and coming back home to your body, to your heart space and to your solar plexus, accessing that infinite amount of information that you have access to, and just making a decision based on your intuition and just letting it go from there. I'm getting that song Rick James, Give It To Me. Give it to me. It's like Spirit's kind of saying like, make the decision, make the choice. Step into your autonomy here and make that choice. Be decisive and then give it to me. Give it to Spirit. Big message about trust here coming through. Where am I going? What am I doing now? What's the go? I feel like this is a good message. This is a nice short message. We don't need to extrapolate on this too much because there's a big energy around like trusting yourself and trusting your instincts. And I get the Page of Wands here with the Emperor. So big confirmation as to what I'm saying here. The adventure frequency. Alice in Wonderland might be significant. That's been coming up for me a lot. Something about Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Harry Potter. Big fantasy themes here. Something about letting that fantasy inspire you. Tapping into that dream space. You know, coming back to what I was saying. What really lights you up? What makes you feel like you're in this mystical, magical world, right? And then from that place, making some kind of inspired decision or an inspired action. Then simplifying, purifying your life and letting go of anything that is no longer aligned with you. Setting some kind of boundary in that regard. Feeling a lot more safe to come out and share your voice and just be your authentic self. And going on this adventure and just trusting that the decision that you made is the right decision because it came from your heart space and it came from your gut. Tapping into your instincts here. So I get the Page of Wands, the adventurer, the explorer, learning new things, learning more about yourself, tapping into who you really are, with the Emperor here. Finally feeling in control of your own life and tapping into that sense of autonomy and that sense of agency because you realize that you have the power to make the choice. You have the power to trust yourself. There is so much power in being able to trust in the decisions that you're able to make. When you're able to trust yourself and access your instincts and your intuition in the way that you're developing right now by closing out this cycle, guys, there's so much power in that. And you feel a lot more in control as you're able to show up, be decisive, and then give it all to God and give it to Spirit and allow life to give you the feedback, give you that reflection, and then rinse and repeat, right? Tap into your instincts, your intuition, listen to your body, and then make the next decision. And this is how we take one step and then God takes the next step. And then we take a step and then God takes 10 steps. And you're like, yo, I just made a quantum shift, right? I just made a quantum leap. And this is what it's all about. So you guys, you're tapping into a beautiful energy here. You're closing out some kind of a major cycle. You're being asked to go with this change, feel all of the feelings, let go of what you need to let go of, and just keep showing up for yourself. Keep being really nice to yourself, guys. It is always a good time to be nice to yourself. Self-care, feeling the emotions, and telling yourself, you know, every day, I am worthy of love. Really showing up for yourself in that regard because I don't care who I'm talking to. You are so worthy of unconditional love and you are so worthy of being supported by life in this next endeavor. So with that being said, let's totally leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for this very short and sweet message and for doing this beautiful, amazing work on yourself. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to deliver these readings. And yeah, thank you for sharing the space with me, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. So much love to you guys. Bye-bye.